Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler series of videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I've had two tasty things that I've reviewed now in a row. Let's go for the third one, man. Let's just make it the perfect trifecta, but we'll get there. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to around about for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. And folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? Well, it happens to be my Born of Osiris shirt. It's a very neat looking shirt. Very, very distinct graphic. Excuse me. I got this shirt at a show that I attended last year in 2023. The Born of Osiris, they're a band out of Illinois that I actually, despite having lived in Illinois my entire life, really didn't have much to work with in terms of like my familiarity with them, other than I knew of their name. But last year they went over there, they toured with some bands that I wanted to see anyway. And man, they were just fucking really cool, man. Love the artistry. I love their musicianship on display. They clearly were having a lot of fun on stage. Like, it was a really great show. And it was packed. Packed. Like, I've never seen that venue that full. So, clearly, they and all the other bands that were there that night were doing something really right. And now that said, I did get video of not only them, but also the other bands that performed that night. Those videos are on this channel as well, because I also do just videos of concert stuff that I've been into. So if you happen to be interested, or if nothing else, I can always point you in their direction. Maybe some stuff you can check out, because I think they're awesome. But anyway, going from one local band to a local establishment, what am I trying for you today, folks? Well, it happens to be from Hunan Palace, which is a Chinese restaurant in Elmhurst, Illinois. I just got through reviewing some sesame chicken of theirs, and I knew, okay, like, sesame chicken, that's my standard bearer, my flag bearer for takeout Chinese places. I wanted to try something else, something that would kind of work with their namesake. But I did just want to mention, I think I even forgot in the last one, what with this being a local establishment, it's going to end up in my Eating Out Illinois playlist. That playlist is just for, local spots and everything like that, just, Illinois establishments. But what did I get, folks? It's in this container. Boom, oh God. And this is a small, by the way. You could order it in big, you could order it in, I got it small. Because I was like, I know I'm going to be doing reviews and stuff, so, This happens to be, oh God, let's open it up. This is their, this is their Hunan Beef. Like I said, it's a small. You can order it in mild, medium, or spicy. I got it medium because I got like a little something something. And yeah, man, it just seems like some stuff I'd be totally into. And I did mention in the previous review, I have ordered from Hunan Palace occasionally, but they're not like my go-to takeout Chinese food spot. So this is kind of, me sort of reintegrating in with their stuff. So let's go ahead and get a thing for the thing. I think we can make that happen, right? We'll do this. Ha 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 ha. Maybe. Ha 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 ha. Let's go over there and try out some beef stuff. Beef is nice and tender. A little bit garlicky. It's got a kick to it. Okay. Because you never know, like, when it comes to this stuff, you never know what medium is going to be. It ranges so much so. But it has a respectable level of heat. Like, it starts slow, kind of radiates, kind of goes to the back of your throat. That's nice. That's a nice level of heat. I am very happy with that medium level heat. It's not going to be for everybody, but I'd be interested to try their spicy, kind of see where they take it. Tiny corn! I love the tiny corns. Tiny corn is good. Those tiny corns always bring me back. Ooh, that had a little extra kick to it. Tiny corns always bring me back to being a little kid, man. Because when I was a kid, sometimes we'd go over there, we'd order some takeout Chinese food. And, sometimes I get fried rice or teriyaki beef or what have you. Those little corns, man, I was always enamored with those. And I think even to this day, I have sort of a childlike wonder associated with them. Do one of the peppers. Pepper's nice. Still got some stability to it. Still got a nice green pepper flavor. I know my friend Paul, he personally thinks that green peppers are a tragedy against man. And I love Paul. He's good people. But I have to disagree with him on that one. I do like green peppers. Let's get some broccoli. I love broccoli, man. I was a weird kid. Most kids, and even sometimes people, don't like broccoli. I was all about it. That's nice. It's cooked well. It's still got a little bite to it. Not... Whew. Sometimes you get hit with that heat, and it goes like right to the back of your throat. It catches you off guard. Like, it's not super spicy, but like I said, it just, if it doesn't radiate, when it radiates, you can kind of just build with it, but if it just hits you in the back of your throat, that's when it kind of gets you a little bit. That's some stuff. Yeah, man. I am perfectly down with this. It's not, for it being kind of something of a namesake thing, this was on their chef specialties list. Have I had... All right, two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I'm going to go with yes, and yes with the mild asterisk. Going back to what I was talking about before, have I gone over there and had plenty of Chinese takeout dishes that are essentially the same dish to some degree? Yeah, absolutely. It's basically, hey, let's go over there, let's take a protein, throw in, some vegetables, put it with a nice sauce. It'll be tasty and filling. And in that regard, it works out perfectly well. Like I said, the beef is nice and tender. All the vegetables seem to be cooked really well. The sauce, it's garlicky. Not like a heavy garlic, but a little bit of a garlicky aspect to it. More savory. Not too salty or anything like that. And then, it's just got that little bit of heat that I do really like. I think for me, man, like I would absolutely get this again. This is pretty much exactly what I love to order from takeout Chinese places. Because again, it's simple, it's familiar, but it's just, the little variations, the type of sauce that they're using and stuff like that. This for me is perfectly good. It's not breaking the mold or anything. Again, I have certainly had very similar dishes to it, but this one is good. It's executed well. I do like whatever sauce that they're using for it. It's tasty. I have no beef with it except for the beef. I like it. If I'm recommending it to other people, though, and this kind of extends to Hunan Palace kind of in general, as it were, yeah, I would definitely recommend it. I think, again, if you're not looking to break the mold, because there's a place called Ming Chef in Elmhurst that at some point I will review. They are much more kind of, upscale type of spot and everything. Very cool presentation. I've eaten there a few times. Really good food. There is that kind of stuff in the local food scene. There's actually a few places that are like that. But man, when it comes to like just that solid takeaway Chinese food, there is something for me that's magical about that, that I grown up with and, I still continue to come back to sometimes. And I think that this is a perfect representation of that and a well execution of it. Nothing, like I said, it's not groundbreaking or anything, but it's well composed, it's well put together. And from the two dishes that I've had and featured in in my reviews, I think Hunan Palace is absolutely fucking nailing it. I really do. They have time I'm doing this, they have a pretty good rating as far as like, Google and shit like that is concerned. And I can see why. I genuinely think that it's very well deserved. I think that they are doing takeout Chinese food exactly the way that it should be done, with just, again, those familiar dishes, just done really well. So, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go over there, have yourselves a truly, you know what, proper takeout Chinese food-tastic rest of your life. Because again, man, and I mentioned this in my previous review, it's so much part of like the, the American culture and stuff like that, and I personally think it's wonderful. So, final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated, but what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we're forced to deal with said bullshit, it's important that we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, I have, in the past 3 reviews, I reviewed this now, I reviewed the sesame chicken, and I also reviewed some green tea latte milk tea from Boba Heaven. Go watch that review. I have to say, man, I am just ecstatic. I'm continuously ecstatic with just the awesome food scene that I have in my area. It ranges from like really cool specialty shops that are doing really fun and unique things to other places that are just doing things that are familiar really, really well. And I hope that for you, and one of the things that you can maybe do, it depends on where what your food scene is like, enjoy it. Don't take it for granted, because it is spots like Hunan Palace, like most of the places that I featured on my Eating Out Illinois playlist and stuff, that really do just add to the personality, the culture of the food scene, and it just, we need to support that. So, anyway.